Hey there folks, welcome to this video. Sorry if this gets a bit loud, I'm still getting used to my new fans on my computer, and I'm recording this on Monday evening. I will explain that in a moment's time, because usually this kind of video will go out at 5 PM. I'll explain it in a moment. Let's get on with the general notice. I'm going to talk about what's coming on the channel this week, and talk about some news in the world of rallying. That's also probably linked to F1, that's linked to WEC, that's, well, it's some stuff about the FIA. But starting off this channel, so I was hoping to have the Atlanta video out before midnight last night. That didn't happen, and as a result, I released my WEC predictions video that was meant to be out on Tuesday. Now, I could have just pushed this back to Tuesday, but I want this to come out today. So, I'm going to add something else in on Friday. We'll get to that in a moment, but most of it is as was expected. F125 predictions tomorrow. The WEC at Qatar preview on Wednesday. On Thursday, I want to talk about last year's Top 100, because then on Friday, because it's the end of February, I can then give an update for my best of 2025. I talked about it earlier this month when I had another thing with scheduling videos going awry. Saturday, I'm hoping to do a review for the Qatar 1812 kilometers, and then Sunday, potentially NASCAR Dakota, but I might move the general notice forward and do NASCAR Dakota on the Monday. In terms of streams, next Monday, ACC. Hopefully I'll win the title there. iRacing tomorrow. WRC at some point. Hopefully my game doesn't crash because I've got these new fans in. We'll have to wait and see, though. There's a lot of fine-tuning that's coming into this. And I'm not exactly sure how well it's working at the moment. Much like my way with words. So, let's talk about the channel over the last 7 days. And it would help if I pressed the button to actually move across to that scene. So, over the last 7 days, we've got 2,000 views and 33 watch hours. That's 18% more views than the week before, 25% more watch hours. That's quite nice. And it's balanced as well. So, three shorts made it in there. The aesthetic calls are one for Anderstorp, and then 2 ACC ones. 2 most recent shorts, actually. I'm going to try and get some more of them out, but what's really funny is I've sort of run out. I can make more, and I'll probably link more into content than I've already got. Because then, yeah, the F1 fan upgrades classic tractor model rules came out. That was... Well, that didn't come out. It ended up high up on the list. That's because it got featured on Overtake. And thanks to Luca Monroe for featuring me in that article. He messaged me, and Luca's lovely. I've raced against him quite a bit now. Then the WEC prologue stuff, 120 views. I think I may have influenced somebody else to do a video not long after who was doing a similar kind of thing, similar kind of length, similar kind of stuff, which is nice. My Rennsport one ended up with the highest... No, it didn't end up with the highest average view time, but relative to views it did. Because the highest average view time was 8th on the list, the 100% review for EA Sports WRC. My Racer 7 retrospective got in there. So did the RBR mod as well. And then one of my streams, the JWRC in Croatia. It's probably because the thumbnails were quite pretty on it. Let's do a quick breakdown if we can as well. I don't know how much we can do for it. One person joined my channel through watching a short, and one apparently left through watching a live stream, which is interesting. Brought in 800 new viewers on shorts, 468 on videos, and 28 on live streams. Then returning viewers, 34 on shorts, 57 on videos, 20 on live streams. So it'll be interesting to see what I can do in terms of retention. So if you're watching this, please give me ideas on what you think would help me keep you engrossed a bit more. Would it be stuff like this, or would it be stuff that's a bit more rigid and scripted, or just stuff that's a bit shorter? Like my NASCAR Atlanta reaction was sub 3 minutes. I think it was 2.5 minutes in the end. Yeah, do I have anything on the countries? I don't appear to, actually, in the end. half my viewership came from the search feed, but then a sixth came from YouTube search and a sixth came from external, which would be Overtake. Anyways, I want to get onto the articles. There's quite a bit to do. Let's talk about it. Because the World Rally Drivers Association, or WRDA, issued a statement asking for a discussion with the FIA. I'll read you out their statement. The rally drivers and co-drivers of WRDA, inspired by their GPDA colleagues, joined together to express their opinions, seek clarity and cooperate towards a brighter future. First and foremost, we wish to state that, as is the case with every sport, competitors must abide by the referee's decision. The respect of this principle is not in question. We are not full-time professionals, yet we all face the same extreme conditions, same relentless passion. Whether navigating through dense forests, across frozen roads in the dead of night, or through the dust or treacherous gravel tracks, we push ourselves to the limit, against the elements, against the clock, and against their own limits. Beyond racing, our role has expanded. Today, rally drivers and co-drivers are not only athletes, but also entertainers, content creators, and constant media figures. From the smartphones of spectators to the official WRC cameras, we are expected to be available at all times, before, during, and after competition, from dawn to dusk. WRDA has always recognised our responsibilities and commitment to collaborate in a constructive way with all stakeholders, including the FIA President, in order to promote and elevate our outstanding sport for the benefit of all. In recent months, however, there have been an alarming increase in severity of sanctions imposed for minor, isolated and unintentional language lapses. This reached an unacceptable level. We strongly believe that common colloquialism cannot be considered and judged as equal to genuine insult or active aggression. Non-mother tongue speakers may use or repeat terms without full awareness of their meaning and connotation. Seconds after an extreme adrenaline spike, it is unrealistic to expect a perfect and systematic control over emotions. Rally is extreme. Risk level for the athletes, intensity of the focus, length of the days. All the limits are reached. In such a case, we question the relevance and validity of imposing any sort of penalty. Moreover, the exorbitant fines are vastly disproportionate to the average income and budget in rallying. We are also concerned with the public impression these excessive sums create in the minds of fans, suggesting this is an industry where money doesn't matter. This also raises a fundamental question. Where does the money from these fines go? The lack of transparency only amplifies concerns and undermines confidence in the system. Surely the negative impressions surrounding these penalties far outweigh the impact of any language lapse. We call for a direct communication engagement between the FIA President and WRDA members to find a mutually agreeable and urgent solution. Now, I'm going to link this and the responses in the description section on Dirtfish's page, because they've covered this as a sort of saga, as well as the nice little third note that we'll end this on. But starting off, this. Yeah, Formo got a €30,000 fine, 20,000 of which is suspended for 12 months. Look, this FIA swearing ban thing is designed with F1 drivers in mind. It's not designed with rally drivers in mind. It's not designed with more amateur levels in mind. It's designed with F1 drivers in mind. It's designed to go after Max Verstappen, let's be honest. Max Verstappen, maybe Lewis Hamilton as well, because it appears that Mohammed bin Sulayem has it out for him with his whole rappers jab and the jewellery jab, which turned out to unintentionally catch Pierre Gasly with a stray. I don't get it. And this is one of the things where I have to admit I was wrong, because I saw a video that I had done ages ago come up. I can't remember if it was recommended or it suddenly had a view spike, where I was talking about how Ben Sulayem could mean good things to the FIA because he was somewhat of an outsider, because he is a rally driver. Look, I'm wearing a football jersey. And I'm not just saying that because, hey, it means that I'm not as much of a nerd. No, I'm saying it because imagine you mic'd up a footballer. This is the common argument, right? Imagine you mic'd up a footballer who just got fouled. They're going to be swearing at the other guy. Now, granted, there are cases where people take it too far and they use slurs. Those get caught. Those get fined. Those lead to suspended bans. But swearing at somebody, like the kind of what were you doing, or why did you do that, or don't do that again, that usually doesn't get punished. Pushing conservative officials does. Yeah, so I agree with the sentiment from the drivers here. It was posted on all of their accounts. I believe it was posted by... I saw it come up from Carlo Rompera, actually. But the people who signed it includes, the 4 World Champion drivers and their co-drivers. Also, former co-driver Julian Ingrassia. There's also a couple of other names who aren't active in the WRC this year that I'm going to talk about in a moment, but all of the full-timers in the WRC this year signed it, I believe. As well as WRC2 crews, Oliver Solberg, Johan Russell, Leo Russell, Gus Greensmith. It's quite something that the World Rally drivers have decided that they are going to take this matter into their own hands. It is quite something because this doesn't happen. Like, the GPDA has existed for ages. Drivers have been more likely to protest in F1. The fact that's happening in rallying, to begin with, is a massive deal. But the FIA responded, and they responded to Dirtfish. Here's what happened. They said, like many international governing bodies or leagues and championships in other sports, we maintain a code of conduct that lays out what we expect of our athletes and teams. Drivers are looked up to as role models by young fans and are ambassadors to the wider world of motorsport. How they act at events matters. The code's purpose is then to promote the best sportsmanship and respect, including expectations around language that could be seen as offensive or inappropriate by many, or acts that could be deemed detrimental to the sport. These rules and penalties are in line with those taken by our peer organisations in other global sports and high-profile leagues and championships. As with all rules, particularly those in high-stress competitive environments, it is crucial to assess situations on a case-by-case basis. But unnecessary obscenity and profanity are not condoned. Asked about what, and this is from Dirtfish, what the specific point of what happens to the money collected by the fines, they added, FIA is a non-profit organisation. The following areas are where its income, including fines, are reinvested. In 2024, the FIA invested over €10.3 million for grassroots activities globally. Last year, the FIA delivered 70 motorsport safety research projects with a budget of $3.8 million. There are more than 300,000 volunteers and officials under the direction of the FIA, and 2.7 million motorsport participants worldwide. The FIA invested $1.3 million, which included the development of a new department to streamline the training of those volunteers and officials last year. I'm not going to be one to say, oh, they're into bureaucracy or they're lying in their own pockets. I'm not going to do that. It's boilerplate, the whole, we are a non-profit. But, I'm sorry, this is not it. Yes, you will expect to see Cristiano Ronaldo fined if he did something that went against the rules in Saudi Arabian League. Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo is on millions a week, right? Most Premier League players are on, or at least the big names in the Premier League, a salary pre-tax that's probably more than my place is valued at. F1 drivers, okay, some of them may earn a similar amount. There are some figures that get touted around 20, 30 million a year for top earners. Rally drivers don't make that. I'm sure TCR drivers don't make that. Rallycross drivers don't. Yeah. F1 drivers might. And F1 drivers, it'd be pittance to pay it. I mean, it was one of my favourite acts of pettiness and almost malicious compliance. Lewis Hamilton showing up in 2022 to Miami with... Was it 2022 or 2023 where he showed up with like multiple watches down both arms to protest the jewellery ban? It would be, I think, 22. But it is ridiculous. It's not fun. It's not cool. It just doesn't make sense, right? Like, if this is how you want Hyundai to withdraw from something because their drivers have to pay this much, the drivers are just going to refuse to be interviewed. At least one thing I can say is something I can commend the FIA for, which is it is being applied across all series. I don't agree with it, but it's being applied across all series. But it is something that was designed to target F1 drivers. And it's not even like Formo was swearing about Clark at the course or anything like that. He swore about his own mistake. He apologised. I'm very careful not to swear, but that's because I have other things that I have to look out for. So, yeah. I don't get it. I know that a lot of fans don't get it as well. Like, growing up, things are censored all the time in motorsport. I mean, geez, if they're going to start censoring the radios next, poor Yuki Tsunoda. And Max. I guess sometimes Lando. But these are the risks you have when you do this. You can't shove a microphone in someone's face and expect them to behave in a certain way. Unless you're trying to get a rise out of them. Did Gordon Ramsay get fined, by the way? I know it wasn't a FIA sanctioned sporting event. I know he's not a competitor, but he swore on a live broadcast for an FIA series. Did he get fined? Did he get €30,000, 20,000 of which is suspended for a year? Provided he doesn't say a no word when he's asked by Jack Whitehall 2 again? Alright, let's end this with a light-hearted note. It's linked to this, but only sort of. Because Sturtfish reported the idea that Cyril Beatable said that when asked about a farewell drive for Danny Sordo, 1 last, 2 last, 3 last or 0 last, we'll see, we'll find out. Part of the family, he's part of the family, and believe me, if there's an opportunity, we'll make sure that he's the first one to be invited to the party. Now, Hyundai have said 3 full-time drivers, no plans for a 4th car. You have 4 events that I think you could deploy Danny Sordo for. The best 2, for a PR perspective, would be Rally Isla Canaria and Rally de Portugal. He's good at them. They are the closest to home for the Catalan. Now, Portugal he's probably going to be doing in the Rally 2 because he's entered the Portuguese Rally Championship. So he probably can't be in a Rally 1 for that. But Isla Canaria, yeah, come on. Spain wasn't in the calendar for the last 2 years. It's great to have it back. Granted, it's not Catalonia, but it's still Spain. And there are 2 others. Sardinia, where he's won twice. And the Acropolis, where taken part in 1, 2, 3s. He's a great, reliable, dependable driver, one of the greatest personalities in WRC. Had a storied career now. If he did this, it'd be a 20th season he's taken part in at the top level, right? I think so. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because, yes, Julian Ingrassia signed the Werder thing. But so did Danny Sordo. Maybe? It's maybe. Thanks for watching, folks, and thanks for joining. How long has this video been? I didn't check the time. Oh my word, we've been going for quite a while. Let me know any thoughts you have about the things I've discussed in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye for now.